Okay, we're going to practice making another program on how to maybe work with some charts or update a chart. I already made a button. We saw how to do that in the last video called Graph It. So what I want to do is I want to be able to click this button and then have the chart update with something. I'm going to make a easy chart. I'm going to, of course, you need to chart, you need to have some data. So I'm going to go ahead and put some data up here. Normally in our programs, we're going to probably want to insert our data like somewhere clear over here, so off the screen so that people can't even see the data updating, but I'll put it right here for now. So I'm going to do 0, 0. I'm going to do, actually I'm going to do 1. I'm going to grab that, take that down, 9 to 10. And I'm going to just do, for now, I'm just going to put in a function. I'm going to equal, take this and square it. I'll drag that function down. We're going to actually program and put this data in ourselves in our function, but for right now I just want some data in here so I can make a graph. So I can highlight that data and I can insert a chart, and let's do a scatter chart is normally what we do, a scatter chart. Customize it, series, let's reduce these a lot. There's other things we could do, but I'm not going to worry about any of them. I'm going to take this chart, make it a little small. Whoops. Let's make it fit in here. Okay. So if we edit this chart again, let's just check. Data range is F1 to G11. F1 to G11. Okay. So we're going to be updating our data in our function, and so that'll automatically then, if it'll just, this chart is going to be pulling data from this thing right here. So as long as we don't change this range, then we'll be able to just always update it every time I hit graph. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a formula. So this column here was like squaring the y, so that it was like y equals let's see, do I have that in the, okay, well, y equals, let me let's put this to the right, y equals, and this is x, and then this is going to be some variable. Let's go to the left, let's go up the top, and drag down. Okay, all right, so there we have a y equals x squared. So this right here, this is the exponent, and we're going to change this exponent so the user can enter an exponent right in here, and it'll change the graph. That's what we're going to do. So right now, this obviously isn't hooked up to this. So, but we want to change this exponent and then have it basically change this data so that the graph will change when we hit graph it. Okay, so there, we have one user box right there at what is it, D14, D14. Okay, so now we're going to write a function. So how to automatically update charts. Okay, so function update chart, parentheses, don't forget the parentheses, although we're not going to really send any parameters into it. Okay, there we go. All right, we need to get whatever's in the exponent. So we need to set up our sheet first. So sheet equals, oh, we need a variable, sorry, variable sheet equals spreadsheet. Let's see, wait a minute, that's spread, yeah, that'll work. Spreadsheet app dot get active spreadsheet dot get active sheet. Okay, so there's going to be our sheet, and then we'll get var exponent will equal sheet dot get range. Let me type it in. Get range of what was it? D14, I think. D14, I believe. Dot get value. Okay. So we'll just check real quick. Graph, it was D14. Okay, so now I have a variable here in my program, exponent equals, will be 2 right now because it's the value of D14. Okay, so we want to update that graph. So we're going to do a for loop for variable I equals 0. Actually, let's set it 1. It'll be, this is going to be row 1. Let's do it that way. Let's just set it 1. I less than, okay, 1 all the way down to row 11, so we're going to go less than 12. Less than 12. I increase by 1 each time. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to set that data. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the X, and then we're going to set the Y, and then we're going to just increment down the rows. So let's see, I want to sheet dot get range well, let's do this. Let's do, yeah, okay, so let's, yeah, sheet dot get range, and let's see, I don't know if it shows that again. Let me do that. Dot get range. Okay, so let's look down here. So get range right here, and you can put integer row, comma, integer column. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the row first, which is going to be row 1. This is our first data, which is going to be I. So the I will be our row number, comma, what column is it going to be in? Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is column 6, and this is column 7. Okay. So row 1, column 6. Okay, that's dot get range. Dot set value. What do we want to set there? We want to set actually I. Okay, so the first thing it's going to do is every time through this, it's going to get range. It's going to get row 1. First of all, it's going to be row 1, column 6, and it's going to put in a 1. And then it's going to be row 2, column 6, put in a 2, and so on. So that'll work. So we want that's going to be our X values. So then our Y values, set sheet get range row, this is going to be column 7, set value what? Well, we want to square, or we want to raise I, or the X value, to an exponent. So we're going to do, we need math dot power pow, and we're going to take I, comma, and we're going to raise it to the exponent. Okay, so that should go all the way around from row 1 all the way up to row 11. Row 1 down to row 11. and it should put in the first and the sixth column, it should put in the value of I, and in the seventh column, it should put in the value of I to whatever this exponent is right here. And that should put it in there, and then that should be it, really. That should just always update that tabular data, and then that'll change the chart. So update chart. Okay, so I'm going to click save, and we'll go over here, and I'm going to right click on this, assign a script, update chart. Okay. And let's put in a 3 and graph it. And it doesn't look like I did it. Let's see, let's try it again. So it's not working. Let's try it one more time. Okay, there we go. A little glitchy. I don't know if that'll be that way for you or not, but a little glitchy. So I can change it to y equals, x to the 4. I can graph that. I need to probably hit off of that first and then do it. There we go. And you can see this line right here. What we could do on here is we could, let's see, edit chart. Where's that at? Let's see, where have we got? Custom, series. We could add a trend line. Ooh, I guess this is going to be exponential if we're going to do an exponent each time. And maybe I could just turn off the dots. Yeah, could do that. Okay. So I can see what the curve looks like depending on the exponent. There we go. 2. And it didn't update again. Okay, there we go. A little glitchy, I guess, sometimes there when it's making all this data here. So, so you can just change this. Let's go crazy. Y equals x to the 10. Ooh, look at that. Okay, pretty exciting. Okay, so that's how you can update some data to get a graph to change. Also, we'll try that in the next little JEDI task. All right, in this JEDI task, you're supposed to try to update a graph with the slope-intercept form so the user can enter a slope and a y-intercept and then regraph it and see how the line looks different. So I made a quick little user interface here where I'm going to enter a slope in here and a y-intercept in here. That'll update the data, which will change the graph. And again, normally I don't really want my data being shown, so I'd probably insert those in like a table or clear over here somewhere, like that there on the end, okay, instead of right here, but I'm just going to do it to show you right now. By the way, on this, I went to view, there's grid lines. You can turn grid lines on and off, so a lot of times I like to see on the programs eventually the grid line's turned off, so you just see kind of a nice little user interface there or something. Okay, so I'm still working on that last program that we did in the last video, so I need to go, let's see, where is, I have C14 is the slope and C15 is the y-intercept, C14 and C15. So I need to come here, I have my sheet set up still, I can use that. I'm going to change this to a slope. And let's see, what was that? Slope of C14. So get range of C14, get the value. I'm also going to do another variable. I'll call it intercept. And that's C15. So I'm still going to do my range from row 1 up to row 11. I'm still going to put it in columns 6 and 7. In this one, I'm going to put the x value, which is fine, I, but this one I need to do something different. So set value, what do we want? We want y y equals mx. So we want the slope times the x value, which is I, plus the intercept. And that should give me my y values. Okay, and that should be all I have to do, really. So we'll save that. Come here, and I'm going to put in I'll put in a 1 for the slope, and I'll put in a 0 for the y-intercept, so it should go through 0, 0. Try to graph that. Ooh, I know we're gonna have a problem here on this also. The other problem is it didn't work. We are gonna have to, let's just come in here and change this right now. So edit chart. Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot I deleted some rows and stuff. So now it's H1 and I11. Okay, so first of all though, remember we don't have exponential, so click on the series, and I think I had a trend line here. I had the points actually not showing up. It's going to be linear now. This is always going to be a linear line, so let's do that. Change that. And we'll close that up. And so, okay, what column am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 9 are my columns now. Whoops. 8 and 9 are my columns. Save that. Okay, let's try it now. There we go. So the slope of 1 right there, that should actually be going, oh yeah, okay, so it's, yeah, we need to, let's come in here and wonder where this is. How do I find like minimum, maximum? Okay, customize, how about horizontal axis? Can I set a minimum? Yes, minimum value is 0. There we go. While we're in here, let's do vertical axis. Minimum value is 0. We'll always have 0, 0 on there so we can see kind of where it's going through. Okay, close that out. Okay, so there's that'll be a slope of 1. Y-intercept is 0. Let's do a slope of 2 and see how that changes. Okay, so yeah, kind of change the axis on there. So yeah, we'll play with that a little bit. Let's just change the y-intercept to like 5. Whoops, graph it. Didn't work, did it? There we go. Okay, still a little glitchy. Okay, so y-intercept is at 5, and there's the slope. If I really want to see the slope change, I think I'm going to have to see how can I do that. I wonder. Edit chart. Probably could do some more scripting with these maximum values. Min 0, max value. Let's just go up to like, let's see what happens. I'm going to put 70. Okay. So now if I let's go y-intercept 0, slope 1, graph it. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I'm doing a best fit line, so it'll keep going up. Okay, that'll be better now. Because if now, hopefully, if I put in a slope of 2 and I graph it, yeah, so it makes it more steep. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. Okay, so we can go. Ooh, what if we do a slope of -2? Ooh, what's going to happen now, though? Whoops, gotta click off that and then graph it probably. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem because I have a minimum of 0, so that's down here now, and that's not actually gonna work. So I just might not be able to do those. Graph it. Okay. Edit chart, customize. Allow bounds to hide data. Ooh, yeah, let's try that. Allow bounds to hide data. Uncheck that. So what happens if I put a -2 now? Sorry, I'm doing a lot of experimenting here. Graph. Ooh, okay. So it shows that it's going to go down, but I just don't really like that very much. I think I'm just going to want to get rid of those. Yep, I think I like that better. 2, y-intercept 0, graph. Okay. Yeah, I think I probably would want to set my x-axis to 0 as the minimum probably, but oh well, that's all good. Something like that is your program that you need to do that time. So hope that makes sense.